He had to be the one to bring it in. Um, yeah. Hi. I'm recording this right now because I was just watching a YouTube video that brought up a great point that I wanted to speak to for just a second. And it was on self help content. And the video was by who the heck uploaded this video? Because I want to give you your flowers. We don't just shout people out without shouting people out. You know what I mean? Um, and wow, I'm trying to figure out who this person is. David Achu on YouTube. He's got a 148K subscribers. Love that for you, homie. But I watched his most recent video. I don't know if it's his most recent, but the title is a play on a popular, buzzy sort of YouTube video title for this time of year. This year, I'm gonna lock in, and I just wanted to speak on that for a second because I am a productivity obsessed person. I'm not afraid to say that. It's also my job. So I do analyze productivity from a lens of actual workforce productivity because in my belief system, like optimizing your life and your lifestyle only works if you have an end state goal in mind, um, that you're trying to get to and that you can measure your progress against. This idea of endless optimization to no end gives me creepy capitalist vibes. Like, unchecked growth is a cancer. Check Webster's dictionary. I'm fairly sure the dictionary definition of cancer is unchecked growth. Um, Maybe it pertains to cells or whatever in the biology sense in the actual disease, but unchecked growth is not necessarily a good thing, especially when you're trying to measure progress against an outcome. And I really would love to share this message with other reformed self help content consumers because, yes, honey, I was on that train, that Elizabeth Phillips, Ali Abdaal, Danco train, and I love their content. I think they're brilliant minds, great creators. I love that they're getting their moment. Get your bag, get your money, do whatever. I love that for you, right? But this perpetuating narrative of endless improvement only works really in certain contexts. Like it works in fixed environments where you don't have all the control. When it comes to your lifestyle, you have all the control. The time is yours. I'm not talking about when you're at a 9 to 5 or when you're working on a project or if you're doing something at school. That's different. That's a shared communal environment where you don't get to make all the rules and so you have to work with others. That's a system. That in itself is a system. Okay? Systems show up everywhere in our life, but that doesn't mean that you can and should optimize every system. Sometimes it's better for you to just let things be, to let yourself be. First of all, the best change that I have made come 2025 has just been to let myself be bored because scrolling on my phone doesn't bring me the same joy that it used to. I wasn't on TikTok. Like I would get sent TikTok, so I had the app, but like my For You page was all random because I never posted anything and I never reacted to anything, never commented on anything, never saved anything on TikTok. So like that didn't really bite me the way that it did for most people, most creators. But what I will say is that, man, I took social media off my phone. Like, I'm not saying I deleted all my accounts, but I only access them on my computer. Why? Because that's why I'm on the computer. Why would I need to be on my phone and my computer at the same time if my computer can do everything? You know what I mean? That is a certain type of optimization that I am all for. Elimination over acquisition. Because what I see all the time on YouTube is that people want to like stuff all of this newness into their lives to, hopefully create a better one for themselves, something closer to the ideal image that you may have for your life, right? But nobody wants to talk about what you need to eliminate to make room for those new things because you can't just keep stuffing things into your life. That's how people get burnt out. That's how people get overwhelmed. That's how you probably end up at like 1 p.m. in the afternoon freaking out because you're scrolling on your phone, but you have things to do and like it's too much. It's too much. So I hope I don't put out cheesy self-help content. I'm not trying to get you to buy a course or anything yet. I don't know, who knows? Like sometimes courses can be good if they have a real focus and agenda. Um but like I said, I'm not pushing anything, right? I'm sharing my thoughts and my views on something that I feel strongly about. Especially because I advocate for this for people. I advocate for making yourself more efficient, making your life more efficient. Only if it serves you, only if it helps you. Don't do things for an arbitrary reason because someone you like in like someone you have a parasocial relationship is doing it on YouTube and they look like they're having fun. You don't know what that person's like. You don't know that person. And like I also don't ask my friends really like how they make their lives more efficient because my friends' lives are not my lives. They all have different kinds of jobs than I do. They're in different kinds of relationships. They live in different areas than me, right? Like my homegirl lives in the city at like close to downtown and I live out in the boonies. Like I'm out in the valley. Like our lives are going to look different necessarily just because of our environment. We're not in control of that, you know? And one thing I really hope to see moving forward from 2025 is not a lack of this self-help content because, to the right audience, it does help. But I would really like to raise the standard of the type of advice and commentary that we're giving people. Like before just posting a random ass self-help video, right? Check your demographics, dude. Like do some research. Do have conversations even with the followers who are fans of your content who actually get something out of it, like that's a conversation. It's a focused conversation and you can have that. I encourage that. I think this new wave of social media and internet usage is also encouraging that. So that's a bandwagon I would hope more people hop on. Um, but yeah, no, I really wanted to speak on this. I wanted to share something about it because it can be insidious. Any idea can become poison if taken in too high dose. You know what I mean? Uh, it's supposed to be something that helps us. It's supposed to help us navigate the messy waters of life as it's become, whatever your challenges are at this point in time. We've got so many things going on. I'm not going to speak to anything specific. I'm sure whenever I say going on, X is going on, you can fill in the blank in your own mind. Um, like with everything going on, I get wanting to focus on you and do your own thing and improve yourself. But I'm gonna close this out by giving you some well-meaning big sister advice. Because I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of hearing it. And I'm tired of people behaving in this way that ultimately does no good. The first thing, stop focusing on yourself so much. Oh, if someone doesn't serve my highest good, if they're like, I don't need them, da da da. Like, no, you need people. Stop excluding people from your life. I get if you want to hone in, go hermit mode and improve yourself, sure. That's a short-term solution. You can't do that forever. All right? And if you're going to walk around and act like you don't need people in your life, people will decide they don't need you. And you want to know something crazy about life and success and happiness is that you kind of need other people to win at those things. You need people in your life. We love Mojo doing his Mojo thing. Yeah, so stop being so hyper individualistic. If you can mend relationships, if you can make amends with the people you're in conflict with, and if you feel that that relationship is worth salvaging, that it provides something in your life you cannot generate on your own, do the hard work and resolve the fucking conflict. Get on with it. There's no reason to just cut people off at the first sign of conflict. Others are different. Hello? Other people are not you. Of course, at some point, you're going to run into obstacles and challenges in your relationships with the people you care about. But you do have to decide, one, if this person is toxic, actually bad for you. I don't like using the word toxic. I think that in mainstream media and in the cultural colloquial zeitgeist, that toxic has become something very different than what it was originally. And I would like for us to return back to the original definition of toxic, but for the sake of this conversation, I digress. Um, Stop being so hyper individualistic. Watch the quality of your life get better when you improve the quality of your relationships by actually working on them. Imagine actually working on them, putting some work in. Wow. The second thing, it's a skill issue, bro. Whatever it is that you're facing that's got you down and out, feeling like you're in the mud, it's a skill issue. Some things are not. I put that out there, case by case basis. Message me if you're wondering if what you've got is a skill issue versus something else. But 9 times out of 10, I notice that folks just aren't good at stuff because you haven't built the skill XP. You need the experience points. The more you do something, the better you get at it. It's not the other way around. You're not just going to start being automatically good at something. Suck. Don't be afraid to suck. People are so scared. I'm noticing, like, people are so scared to look bad at something. It's okay. I'm not the world's greatest content creator. I don't care. That took me a long time, by the way. I'm not going to knock it because it took me years to work up the nerve to put my face online and to put my voice online. It's a level. There's levels to it, of course, but get out of your own way. Literally, build the skill. And I think this has gotten a little long. So my final piece of advice that I would like to see more often, and just to recap, the first is stop being so hyper individualistic. Start loving people again. Start loving people who won't love you back again. Not in a romantic way, in a platonic way. Have some respect for folks, but like, stop being so hyper individualistic. And 2, build the skill XP. It's a skill issue. Build the skill XP. Okay. My final point, eliminate more than you acquire. I was talking about it in the beginning of this video, and I'm going to bring it back here to wrap us up. So literally eliminate more than you acquire, especially if you're doing a no buy or like low spend year. A lot of folks are doing that. I get it. Money's tight. The wallet's looking a little thin. I don't know if my bank account's been on Ozempic, but I feel you. Okay, first of all, I wish I had a natural segue on here, but there's not really a way to edit in the Substack video thingy, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. Just make it make sense for you. Above all, make it make sense for you. Stop listening to the advice of all these randos on the internet with this big ass following, because that's how the internet gets us. And you don't need the internet to get you. You need to get the internet to work for you. Not the other way around. Stop being a product. Stop being what these companies are buying and selling. Start thinking for yourself, okay? Which means caring about people who care about you, because people care. Machines, jobs, they don't care that way. Other people care, all right? Other people care. Build your skill XP and start eliminating more than you acquire, all right? Much love from your big sis on the internet. So hope you didn't mind that my glasses are reflecting the glare of my screens back at you, but you know, it is what it is. Me and Mojo out.